Okay, so I am back in Subnautica, and I had a few things to talk about. I believe at the end of my last video, I said that I was going to talk a little bit about the importance of other humans and social interactions, and so I wanted to come back into Subnautica and use this opportunity to do so. And while I was just getting started and getting everything set up, I found this beautiful sky ray. Look at that, and I was able to scan it with, and look how huge its wings are. So I got very excited about that, so maybe I can make that sky ray my pet and talk to it, and what would be really great is if I could snuggle it. So before we get into the psychology, though, I can hear other humans if I press this button. So we're going to press this button, at least hear the voice of other humans.
High priority automated message from Aurora Life Pod 13 coordinates attack. Life Pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kasa. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Send immediate
Signal
burial?
location uploaded to PDA.
Burial detail? So am I to assume that this guy is dead? That is unfortunate. Alright, well. Apparently, apparently I have lots of first aid kits. I need food and water. So before I send a burial detail for this dude, a burial detail, I am going to find some food. Do I have any stored? Do I have food and water hanging out in here? Let's put some med kits in there I don't need. No, I don't want to use them. I want to... Whoops. It's been a while since I've played. Let's turn this into water. And heck, let's just eat the nutrient block. Oh wait, no, I've got a cured... No, let's save the cured boomerang. Let's just go find a fish. We'll find a fish while we're doing all these things. Go back out and explore. I gotta figure out what's going on here and what I've got and what I haven't got. I have not played this since the... What was that? Okay, so this is me conducting a self-scan. That's my repair tool. That's my floaty thing. Where is my flashlight? So here is my flashlight. I am going to assign it to a quick slot. And go swimming again. So I have not been in here since the last time I recorded a video, which was a long... The batteries are dead. Can I make more batteries? Really? Hoverfish. What do I need to make more batteries? Oh. Batteries are up here. Acid mushroom and copper ore. I think I needed one more acid mushroom, didn't I? Yep. And it's not in there. Okay. Let's go find some acid mushrooms. They're like right below me. No, I want that button. I'm really just figuring this all out as I redo all the buttons. Refigure all these buttons again. Oops. Come back here. Bladderfish. Ah, here are my two chests. I've got eggies, and I've got titanium? So I can put this in there. It's full of titanium now. Alright, so while we're making some stuff and getting things together, let's talk a little bit about why we're seeking out all of these life pods, right? So, this may seem intuitive to some, but for a long time it wasn't actually intuitive to psychologists, which isn't saying a lot for the psychologists. But it turns out that contact with other human beings is kinda important. In fact, it is kind of essential to our health. Okay, and exchange power source with a charged battery. And then, okay, turn it. Dead battery. So let's do this. Take that with us and put the dead battery in there. So, there we go. So it turns out that it's kind of essential to our survival, and that wasn't intuitive to psychologists at numerous points in our history of psychology. And that may seem really stupid to a lot of people, but I swear it made sense at one point, because there were a number of theories of psychology that discussed how there was a number of theories of psychology going on at the time that were talking about the importance of... Where's my knife? Here we go. The importance of behavior rather than the importance of emotions for psychology in general. And for a while, it was thought that love and affection weren't necessarily the important bits when it came to how we interacted with the world and how we learned about ourselves and learned about... Is there another one of these already?
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out. Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Well, that one sounds alive. So how do I... This is Beacon Manager. So, leave my life pod on. Let's go to the one... This one is carrying the remains of a high-priority passenger. This one is... crew are there. Let's go to the one with their crew. Let's find where that is. While we talk about... There we go. How far away is that? 700 meters. That doesn't seem too bad. Let's go that way. So, behaviorists at the time thought that what was important for how we developed attachment with our parents and how we developed attachment with our families, it didn't actually have to do with necessarily love and affection or any of these things that can be found in that touchy-feely world of emotions and stuff that you can't study by looking at it from the outside in, that really behaviorists hate, right? This is not the good stuff for behaviorists. Ooh.
New blueprint acquired.
Did I get the whole thing just like that? Was that a whole blueprint? What is this glowy blue thing? I don't know, but... One of two. So the other one didn't show one of two, so I think I can make a sea glide now. Well, I mean, I think I have the blueprint to make a sea glide now. And I don't think I can make it. I doubt I have the stuff that I would need to do it. What's you? Grav trap. One of two for that. Is it me or did that not
30
sound
seconds. New blueprint acquired.
good? So, hold on. AI, please let me breathe. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Oh, there's my shadow. Look at me. I'm so skinny. It's because I eat only fish. They're so healthy. So, because behaviorists didn't want to think about any of the touchy-feely, lovey stuff, they... Is this the one that I was exploring? They instead wanted to talk about... Oh, yeah, I can make a sea glide. They wanted to talk about the behaviorist thing. So what they thought was the reason behind why we kind of love our parents and love our families is that our parents provide us with, or our parents provide us with food and shelter and all of the things that we need to survive. And so behaviorists believed that that was what was important for the development of love and attachment to our battery, lubricant, copper wire. So I need lots of copper. I need... Cool, I can do most of that. I mean, not right this second, but I'll be able to do most of that. Should I do that before I go over here? Those numbers seem to be going down real slow. How far away are you? Yeah, let's do that before we head over there, because those numbers are going out real, very slow. So, that doesn't really... Ow! Stupid splody fish. Well, if you're gonna be a splody fish, then I'm gonna go find your stuff. Because you came out of here. Where's the good stuff? So that didn't really sit well, not only with kind of regular people, but with a lot of other psychologists as well, right? It doesn't feel good to say the only reason that anybody experiences any affection is because they get food from somebody or they get survival benefits from them. And so there was a set of researchers who just didn't buy it and who wanted to learn more. And there was actually another reason why they didn't necessarily buy it, and that had to do with an accidental naturalistic experiment, something that nobody did on purpose. It wasn't... Huh? Oh, an eggie. You come with me. It wasn't something where they were trying to see what happens when you put people in the situations. Instead, it was just people found themselves in these situations. Hold on just a second. Baby Kira came over. Yes, honey. Can you close my door? And that accidental situation... Sorry, Baby Bear wanted a little bit more quiet. That accidental situation in which people found themselves was immediately following World War II. And immediately following World War II, unfortunately a large number of babies found their ways into orphanages. The parents were dead, and there was really nowhere else to go. And the specific orphanages that I'm discussing that sort of drove this research that you hear about when you sort of read in history of psych textbooks and intro psych textbooks on the topic were in Romania, but it was by no means limited to Romania. This is happening across the globe where you would see devastation, and you needed to have care for the young who were left behind. And what would happen is these orphanages would be... There's no cave sulfur in here. Where did this floaty fish come from? These orphanages were functionally overrun. There were more children than there were people who cared for them. But there were people who absolutely cared for and wanted to care for these children, who wanted to make sure that they were taken care of, that they received what they needed. But what would happen would be that the only thing that they would have time for would be for providing the basic functions, the basic necessities of life. Now, from a behaviorist perspective, this should be okay. And in a lot of ways, they did this... Don't eat me! They did this thinking that it was going to be just fine, because the psychology of the time, the behaviorist psychology of the time and of the region, all said that this should be just fine, that if you provide for the basic comforts, that you don't leave some... No, stop that. You don't leave the child sort of uncomfortable or without food, clothing, shelter, changing of the diapers, all of this, because a lot of these, we're talking about newborns here, or infants, that should be okay. That's what you need to provide in order to ensure that you have provided what is needed for not just survival, but for these babies to thrive. And what is this? Oh, that's my base. That's where I'm going. And so they thought that they were doing just fine. That even though there weren't a lot of them, that by having just enough people there, that they could go in, make sure that the baby was cared for physically, had all the food that they needed, and this was provided. This was provided in state-run hospitals, made sure that they had all the food that they needed, that they had what they needed for survival, that would lead to success. And it didn't. A lot of these babies in the hospital ended up not developing as expected. They had developmental delays. What is this? Okay. Craft trap ingredients unknown. That's the sea glide. Beacon. I need copper and titanium. Okay. And they didn't. So babies who were coming out of these orphanages were not only psychologically impacted by their experience there, but also in terms of physical development. So you saw developmental delays in both respects. And this led to some thinking, right, about maybe the assumptions about what is needed for survival and what is needed for optimal health, both physical and psychological health. It isn't just the basics of human survival, and that maybe there's something more that is needed. Enter Harry Harlow. Now, Harry Harlow was a researcher who pushed the bounds of what many would consider acceptable. So the research that I'm going to describe is not... Oh, another egg. Ha! You didn't get me. The research that I'm about to describe has ethical problems with it, and in fact can be pointed to as one of the potential reasons that we have the types of ethics reviews that we have today. And so I want to keep that in mind. I want to point that out preemptively, because this is not kind research. This is not even research that we would consider ethical today. But what Harry Harlow did was take a group of rhesus monkeys and try to figure out, using rhesus monkeys, the importance of parental involvement and the importance of physical touch in that parental involvement. by manipulating a whole bunch of different variables and different contingencies for these rhesus monkeys. And so one of the things that he is known for, and one of the most commonly cited pieces of research of Harry Harlow, is the research that he conducted with cloth and wire mothers and baby rhesus monkeys. So what he would do is he would take rhesus monkeys that were separated from their mothers within hours of birth. So they did not have time to really get any benefits of being with their biological mothers, right? Being with their monkey mothers. And then what he would do is he would, and each experiment was slightly different, right? So I'm summarizing a number of different studies here. But what he did in some of his seminal research was, I'm looking for, by the way, the tank, if you see, or if anybody who's watching, if you see limestone, let me know. I have to find copper. And so what he would do was he would raise the monkeys in various different types of situations and see the impact. And so one set of monkeys in this particular study that I'm discussing were raised in a situation where they had a cloth or a mother that was entirely made out of wire. I'm dead. Ow! Jerk. I'm gonna steal your stuff now. Who is entirely made out of wire. But this wire mother provided food and sustenance, remember. Oh, okay, no worries. Both Ranith Cord and the tank were like, I can't really do that. No problem. I was just saying, if you were here and saw them, I'm not asking you to... You most definitely don't have to make changes to what you're doing in order to do that. Oh god, if I don't get out of here, I'm gonna die. The copper. What did you mean when you said I'm not able to do that?
Oxygen.
Oh, the tank. I had originally said if you guys see any limestone, let me know. Because, I needed copper. But I found it. I found it. No big deal. I'm gonna die? Uh-oh, almost gonna die? Oh, the delay. The delay. I have to remember that there's a delay. And... Turn off. Turn that off. How do I turn off my... Get back in the water. How do I turn off my flashlight? There we go. That button. Maybe then it'll stop draining the battery. Knife. Alright. Now, I think I have what it takes to make a... No, not to make a sea glide. To make... What was I trying to make? No, I was trying to make a sea glide. I need a battery, I need lubricant, I need copper wire. So here's copper wire. I need acid mushroom. I'm gonna need this, and I'm gonna need this. I need lubricant.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants.
Vehicles and power plants. Got it. I'ma get a sea glide. I'ma get a sea glide.
The Sea Glide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Aw, she's so sweet. She thinks I'm gonna stay where I'm supposed to. 2 fiber mesh and 2 lead. How much lead do I have? I have 1 lead. Okay. Do I have any fiber mesh? I don't. How do I make fiber mesh? 2 fine apples. Oh. There we go. The tank asks, are the rock outcroppings the limestone? Yes, the rock outcroppings are the limestone. So I need more of those. Got salt. Quartz. Put Gary away. Keeper. Alright, Sea Glide, so we want to equip the Sea Glide, knife, this. There we go. This is gonna be fun, we're gonna be so fast. Whoa. Look at us, we're so fast. Is that the sun going up or down? Up. Excellent. Getting lighter out. Look at how fast I'm getting there now. Oh, that's so much better. So, Harry Harlow took these monkeys and took them away from their monkey moms really seconds after, or a few minutes after they were born. And so they didn't really have the opportunity to get any socialization or really any benefits from having monkey mothers. And then he crafted a situation where they would get sustenance, right? So he's not creating a situation where they're going to starve. They would get sustenance, but they would get that sustenance in one of 2 ways. So in half of the cases, they would get sustenance from a wire mother. This is a mother that's made entirely out of wire, but does have... There we go. But does have milk. Can provide sustenance, right? So is providing milk and sustenance, but cannot provide any sort of warmth or comfort. It's made completely out of wire. So imagine like a coat hanger for a mom, right? And then what... Whoa. Let's go inside. Can't go there. Clearly nobody's left here. Open data box. Compass displays on the HUD.
Integrating new PDA data.
LifePod 3 crew data. Is that it? That appears to be everything. Their side got blown up. They were trying to fix their Sea Glide. So you almost have to wonder how long time is, right? Like how long it's been since I first got here. Because the day-night cycle, it could be days or it could be simulating some other amount of time. Alright, I need more fiber mesh, which means I need to cut this. There we go. 2 of those. first you have those wire mothers, or in one situation you have those wire mothers, and then in another situation they took the wire mothers and they covered them in cloth. Now, those wire mothers covered in cloth are able to provide some form of contact comfort. Salt. Well, salt is good for some stuff. I need lead. Are able to provide some level of contact comfort. That is, they can... They're soft. They're cuddly. They provide... They're soothing, right?
New blueprint acquired.
Whoa! No. Let's nope out of here. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Faster, nope. Nope, faster. Okay. Yes, your sound I know. You're safe and happy. I'm okay with your sound. And so what he did was he allowed them to be completely raised by these two different types of mothers, right? And then looked at what happened, right? One of the things that he did was he looked to see what would happen if, after a period of time, he were to reintegrate those monkeys who were otherwise raised in isolation. They did not have other rhesus monkeys around while they were being raised, into social situations. And those rhesus monkeys that were raised with the cloth mother were able to adapt a little bit more to those social situations than those that were raised entirely with the wire mothers. Almost as if the cloth mothers provided some sort of preparation for the social situations. What they also found was that in any form of novel situation, of new situation in which they're find themselves kind of on edge, right? Any situation where it's not with the norm for them. Sorry, just had to run away for just a second. That both would show signs of anxiety, but that the monkeys that were raised with the cloth mother were able to adapt to that anxiety more, and were able to eventually start to explore that situation and feel more comfortable in that situation. It's what we would call now a secure or a more secure attachment, where they would initially cling to the wire mother, but would then, if the wire mother was present, but would then move around and explore in the situation when given the opportunity. What was also interesting is what happened if they, and so this is another study obviously, what was also interesting was what would happen if they raised the monkeys in a situation where both types of mother were present, but only one type of mother was able to provide sustenance. And that's exactly what they did. So they put the monkeys in a room where there was both a cloth and a wire mother. And in one set of the situations, the cloth mother was able to provide milk, but the wire mother did not have any milk. And in the other situation, the wire mother had milk, but the cloth mother did not. So they manipulated where the milk could be found, where the sustenance could be found. Because remember, the behaviorists all thought that it's this sustenance that leads to the development of attachment, that's all that is necessary. And what they found in both situations, regardless of where the sustenance was to be found, what they found was that the monkeys would spend almost all of their time, or if the cloth mother had the milk, all of their time with the cloth mother. And in the situation where the wire mother had milk, they would only leave the comfort of the cloth mother to go to the wire mother to get milk. And they would really only do it when they were really close to starvation, right? When they were massively hungry and kind of had to. They would go, they would get the milk, and they would immediately come back to the cloth mother. And when given situations where they could show a preference between the cloth and the wire mother, such as being put in an anxiety-provoking situation, in a situation with new stimuli, they would invariably choose the cloth mother as the preferred source of comfort. What am I bringing home? Oh, I've got an egg I can make. And one of the things that Harlow wanted to do was to use this as an early... No, sorry. I don't want to pick it up. I just want to open storage. As an early model of actually depression and other psychological disorders. But what he also got was an early model of anxiety disorders as well. What sort of personal equipment can I make? High capacity O2 tank. I have one of those. Fins, radiation suit. I need one more lead. Rebreather. Conserves oxygen when diving deeper. Fiber mesh and a wiring kit. Compass. Copper wire and a wiring kit. How do I make a wiring kit? I bet that's up here. 2 silver. I doubt I have that. Let's cure... Oh, no, that's not what I want to cure. Let's get a fish that's worth curing. Let's cure Gary. And cook the peeper. Alright. Wait, there's something down here I can do too? Sea glide, mobile vehicle bay, beacon, waterproof locker. I actually think I need another locker. Let's make one of those. Fiber mesh. That's what I needed to make. There we go. All right. Let's throw some of my metal outside. And I think I have another one of these that I don't want to talk through.
Land pre-recorded distress call.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by this Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Grim-looking snake thing? Oh, man. I've met that grim-looking snake thing, man. I'm sorry, you're a goner. I don't mean to be mean or anything, but I don't think they made it. There we go. Locker. Deployed. Now, let's edit the locker name. Let's call it metal. And let's put some metal in there. Right now it's all still titanium. But maybe that'll change someday. What is there? So, the other thing that really applies to this situation, right, because we don't have a cloth mother or a wire mother. We don't have anything that looks like contact comfort at all. But another thing that also applies to this situation from Harry Harlow's work has to do with what happened when the rhesus monkeys were completely isolated as well. Where is my thing? There we go. So he, in another experiment, took rhesus monkeys and completely isolated them. There was no wire mother, there was no cloth mother, there was none of that. Am I ready for this snake thing? Well, guess we're gonna find out. No. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. They're trying to eat my face. New blueprint acquired. Oh, what's in here?
Integrating new PDA data.
Anything else in here? Look, see? That snake thing that you were talking about. It ate you.
30 seconds.
Are these just salt fields? Nope, that's quartz. Alright, what else is around here? Alright, so other thing that is interesting is what happened when he had these monkeys raised entirely by themselves.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Okay. I don't oxygen is good. Ooh, I want to explore that. Was what happened when the monkeys were raised entirely in isolation. And that's basically where my character is right now, right? I am entirely in isolation. Trying to survive completely on my own. And really, every time I seek out a human, finding out that they're dead. And that's not a good feeling, right? I can't imagine that that's a good feeling.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome.
There's a cave
Integrating
around
new
here
PDA data.
to a new biome. Something gives me the feeling I don't want to go in that until I can go deeper. And so what happened was when they would put these monkeys in any new situation, they would completely freeze in fear. They just couldn't do anything or function in any sort of situation. They couldn't survive on their own. They were stunted, and in some cases it resulted in death, that they just could not function when raised in isolation, despite the fact that they had been given everything that physiologically was needed in order to survive. And this has led to a lot of the research that is done in what's known as attachment theory. Attachment research looks at the importance of early developmental experiences and the relationships that we form with our parents and with our family, or at least with our caregivers and with our family. It doesn't have to be your biological parents at all, so long as you have caregivers. And the importance of contact comfort. That is, because we know that the monkeys that are raised with cloth mothers do better in these situations than those that are raised with wire mothers. There was a lot of implications for that in terms of how important it is to have that loving physical touch. And we don't have any of that. We are finding ourselves completely alone with no sort of contact with other humans. And that can have really negative psychological impacts, even among those who are the most introverted, right? Even among those who aren't as motivated by by contact with others or by social interaction, or who don't view themselves as interested in contact with others and social interactions. There is still a base level of contact with people that is necessary, specifically during development, in order to develop healthily. This has also led to some practices in places like neonatal care units or neonatal ICUs, because what you'll see sometimes is the use of... what is this? Is the use of what's known as kangaroo care, which is actually having a lot of skin-to-skin contact and physical contact for, especially for premature babies. And this is because what has been found through later research... I outran you. Has to do with the importance of that skin-to-skin contact developmentally, and also how it provides a lot of health benefits. That sort of... It actually leads to things like the synchronization of the heartbeat between the mother and the baby, and when there is pain, it can lead to a reduction in pain responses to those sorts of situations. It can lead to improved breathing for babies who are struggling to breathe. And that all really stems from this research that started with Harlow's research on contact comfort in monkeys. Now, of course, if we think about what... these batteries are terrible. What was done in order to achieve this? It isn't something we would do today, right? This is not ethical research. And it is often the case that the research that was done in the past and in this time period wouldn't meet today's standards of ethics, in part because today's standards of ethics are reactionary. They are derived based on, well, don't do those things, the things that those bad people did. So it makes perfect sense. You might think that you're just, oh, they're just giving us these beacons to give us something to do or something to focus on. But it actually makes perfect sense that our character, that we would be searching... Ow! that we would be spending a good amount of our time searching for other humans and doing whatever we could to try to find any of the other humans that we were with. Because having those periods of time without that contact, thinking about the duration of how long it's going to be. And Baby Bear did point out to me that it wasn't 9 years, it was hours. But that still means 11 years. And spending 11 years with zero contact with other humans will have serious psychological consequences, regardless of our character's base level of extroversion or introversion, because of that human need for a minimum level of human interaction, of interaction with other humans. Rawr. I can't get in. There's got to be a way to get in. My dude is so... My man is so little. My man, come on. Really? Really? They're gonna show me in there like that, but I'm not gonna be able to get in? That can't be. Ooh, what's this? Before I go figure that out, I've got all of these things
Passing
for...
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Yeah, whatever.
Seconds.
Yeah, there we go. So I guess it will show me that hole and then not let me get in. This way? No? So yeah, so it makes sense that my dude would be searching, would be distressed that they can't find, and may start to show some psychological symptoms the longer it takes for us to find other humans to have contact with. And it also makes me wonder again how time is represented in this game, and if each day-night cycle really is just a day, or if it is representing a different period of time, because we all crashed together. And there's a whole lot of dead people. Right? They all got dead real fast. But I mean, that could just be. Because they had worse luck. They aren't as good as I am at salvaging. Also makes you wonder what sort of personality traits, what sort of things make me as good at salvaging as I am. Like, why? I'm gonna come back here because I wish I had a beacon. I suspect there's a way to get... Let's get some oxygen first. To get in there. There we go. So that's it in terms of what I wanted to talk about with Subnautica, in terms of the psychology of attachment and Harry Harlow. Ah, here we go. I'm in. I'm in. Wait. I'm not wrapping up the video because I'm in. Now, what is this? Dry water rations.
The day's water ration ahead of time will help ensure against dehydration and eventual death.
Don't go where electricity is. That seems. Use repair tool. Okay. Do I have that? Yes. All fixed. Ooh, look at that. Okay, first, oxygen. No. So before I finish up this video session, I am going to go in there and investigate what's going on inside there, because I am curious. I don't want to leave. I can't leave that uninvestigated, right? I took all that time to figure out how to get in there. I finally figured out how to get in there. Let's hope that I didn't forget where that hole was. I found it down here, right? Oh gosh. I did forget where that hole was. Right there. Okay. Straight up. Drink some water, eat some food. Straight down. So I mentioned before, as I've been playing, that my spatial intelligence and this is a different hole. My general spatial awareness is not what it could be, so finding my way into things is tricky. And this sort of... I'm flipping through the ground there, that's not good. So this sort of finding the hole in a wreckage type thing is not
Passing
mine.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Yeah. So you know what? We're gonna stop here. I'm not gonna make you go up and down and watch me do all of these things. So for those of you who are watching on stream, I am gonna finish this up on the stream because I might as well. But this is where I'm gonna stop for a YouTube video. If you are interested in hearing more random ramblings of a psychology professor who likes to talk about psychology while they play video games, you can hit subscribe up in the corner, and I will put a link to another playlist or another video. I will likely play Subnautica some more if I have more to say about it, and you can link to that. Otherwise, it'll be another one of my videos or the playlist of the other videos in my psychology and video game series. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to go back to trying to find this hole.